welcome back to another episode of Measurement in a Minute. I'm your host, Justin Kozak with Lakeside Process Controls. And in today's episode, we're continuing our discussions around Rosemount's 3051 pressure transmitter. More specifically, we're going to talk about how diaphragm seals work and some of the benefits. So if we look at this image to my left here, you'll see Rosemount 3051 with two diaphragm seals applied to it. Now, first of all, before we get into how this works, we'll just mention that the reason we use diaphragms is it allows for the process to come in contact with this diaphragm without getting into the intricacies of the pressure transmitters and getting up into the sensor. So in essence, it protects our pressure transmitter from the corrosive and nasty processes that they would otherwise be subject to. So if we look at this diaphragm here in particular, in this case, we're going to pretend that we just have one diaphragm seal. Now, the seal itself is made out of a metallic material that is, compatible with the process, and pressure is in turn applied to this seal. Okay? Behind this seal, you have what's called a capillary, which travels up to the transmitter itself. And that is going to be filled with what we call a fill fluid, which is most times silicone-based product. And then what's going to happen is the pressure that was applied to the diaphragm is applied to that fill fluid, which then in turn is applied to the transmitter's diaphragm. So actually what you can see in this case, there is another diaphragm that is in that transmitter because we could either connect the process directly to the transmitter, or in this case, we're connecting the transmitter to the seal, which then is connected to the process, so it's an intermediary. So then what happens is that fill fluid applies pressure to that diaphragm, then in turn into the fill fluid within the transmitter. So there's a few layers here, which obviously you can imagine may actually impact the performance in terms of the response time, but in most instances, the trade-off between the response time and the longevity of your pressure transmitter is worthwhile, and that's why many folks will use this. So that's how a diaphragm seal works. In the image to my left there's two diaphragm seals, so as you can see in the image above me, there's only one. That low side isn't connected to anything. You would just have another diaphragm attached to it if you were making a differential pressure measurement, maybe a flow measurement or a level measurement. And that's how diaphragm seals work. Should you have any questions about Rosemount's 3051 or any other of our products, please reach out using the QR code on screen. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.